Yeah, we're going to go down to 16 hitters, and then they're going to go into heads-up matches, and then 8 guys will be on television. The ladies have already been set. There's going to be ladies hitting at 8 p.m. on the Golf Channel later today. A lot of OB sets early on, and the reason why is this is a west-east grid, and the sun, I think 100 out of 100 times rises
right
out
in
of the east. So they're looking directly in the sun. But right now we got Martin Borgmeyer, Yoda Masumi, Jacob Galladay, and Matthew Kindu.
Jacob Galladay made it in while almost missing an entire set.
Yeah, that was he was sprinting to the tee box.
He was sprinting to the tee box, made it, hit all 8 balls. Did
or
have
6,
probably
8, same thing.
6, yeah,
whatever.
hit all 6. Thinking old school here, hit all 6 balls and still made it through. We also had our Cinderella man, Bud Widener, who made it through in a playoff, beating Scotty Pierman.
Yeah, Bud Widener, Wes Campo that we were talking about it last night. Like the odds of him getting in based off of where he was after 4 sets, it's like equivalent of rolling a 7 on the craps table 15 times in a row. But you know what? 7 hit 15 times in a row, and Wes Campo's in.
And he's
in. He's here.
He's here.
Borgmeyer off to a good start at 384. Martin looked great yesterday. That was the best I've seen him hit in the first round robin of any tournament the entire year. Looked very composed and dialed in and very fast as well. Martin hitting 226, 227 yesterday on day 1 and extremely efficient. So him and Kyle were the fastest guys on the tee box yesterday. Greg Knoll looked awesome as well. We'll see Greg Knoll here next set.
He looked really good hitting balls in play almost every one. I don't think he had an OB set.
No.
Martin Borgmeyer, Sean Johnson, Zach Holden, Josh Koch, Naoto Masumi, Ryan Gregnall. This group is loaded.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of good hitters here. And Jeremy Nowak, I'm looking at on the board right now, had a little bit of a rough couple sets, but he had 3 really good sets and put some big numbers on the board. So, Nowak, if he gets locked in, he's a guy that could be a threat. And once you get to these heads-up matches, we always say it, anybody can win.
Anybody can win. Glenn Wilson Jr. back at it. He's here all the way from Houston, Texas.
Waiting on a couple numbers from Naoto Masumi. Has a number on the board at 362. But confirmed right now, Martin Borgmeyer is at 384. Galladay's at 363. Naoto Masumi's at 362. And Matthew Kindu at 360. Borgmeyer off to a good start. Starts off with 200 points. Couple wins in a second. You will see Martin Borgmeyer in the round of 16. So early on, there's some really good hitters. I mean, they got a lot of good hitters in this, but wins are extremely important. You talk about like Maurice Allen. The good thing is, though, is that you can come back. Maurice was 75 points or something like that after 3 sets. It goes win-win to the 2018 World Champ.
And he will be here on the grid.
Yeah, in about an hour and a half.
Later today, yeah.
So
I'm excited in this group. Sean Johnson, he's one that can definitely take the win as well. But Ryan Gregnall, the one to watch.
Yeah, like he's not a long shot, obviously, since we've been doing this for a really long time. We've been in this sport, but Gregnall, his odds were really high. So it was a guy that if you wanted to put some money on, Gregnall's definitely your guy. He's due for a win here, and he looked great yesterday. Gregnall in slot number 2. Sean Johnson looked like he might have slipped a little bit on that first ball.
So one thing that they were saying out there in the morning, obviously there's dew. Sometimes you'll see the guys slip a little bit. But to their advantage, the dew has been allowing the ball to kind of skip. And so that can actually help grab some more yardages out there.
We're on a par 5. This is a golf hole. They moved the tee box up just a little bit. Yeah, the green is at about 440. And, it looks like Stubbs is going to get a number on the board right now. Be the first one. The good thing is that there is a lot of cloud cover, so the sun is not in these guys' face. They can see ball flight. And I think that's one of the reasons why there were so many OB sets.
Sean Johnson.
211 right down the left side. Stubbs at 360.
Jokic and Gregnall looking to put one in the grid.
384 is a huge number right now for Martin Borgmeyer. So world number 1 looking good to start off this tournament.
Without a doubt. Also new this week is betting for a long drive, and we put a lot of odds out there. I think we won our first one the first day.
Our first prop bet, yes, we had a good prop bet. It was like who is going to hit Well, not who was going to hit the scoreboard. It's like, what were the odds to hit the scoreboard? And it did get hit.
It did get hit. We should have put some odds in the creek, as you can see right before us. But it's tough. This is a tough grid. It's a good grid. Great atmosphere. We're excited to be here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
One thing you said, I'm looking at Greg Null right now, is like, just getting him to relax a little bit. And maybe, for me, it looks like he backed off that ball just a little bit, just a little bit. Looks like he's kind of jamming himself, per se. So Greg Null here.
And he's finding the flow now. He was hitting some straight
222.4.
balls dead right.
Yep. So the beauty of these round robins is that you can have one or two sets where you're off a little bit, but, that premium to win escalates quickly.
Final ball.
Greg Null, OB.
If there's one thing we know about Greg Null, though, he can take 2 OB sets and still win absolutely everything.
Great start for Matt Stubbs if he does get this win. Stubbs is going to take 200 points.
All the way from Australia. Look at that jump. What an athlete there.
Stud.
Jumping back down.
He's got fresh legs. He hasn't had to fly all over the world.
True. What do you think his vertical is? What the heck? I mean, leaping leopard right there.
And one thing that Stubbs did, funny enough, is he was one of the only guys to actually warm up on the far right side of the range in the grass. So it is slick. There's a platform that they built for the guys, warming up on the range, and it's like a very slick carpet, especially with dew on the ground, so a lot of moisture. So the guys really couldn't go full throttle, warming up. So
truly just a warm-up, getting that body warm. We heard Eddie Fernandez talk about how his warm-ups really came for the first 2 sets. Yeah. And so we'll see some of that from the guys.
He can get away with it because he's so fast,
He's really fast.
But Zach Holton looked really good on the range.
His warm-up is cruising at 200.
Yeah. Zach Holton, Seb Twiddell, Jeremy Nowak, Glenn Wilson. Zach Holton, one of the favorites to win this. He was third
Glenn Wilson
on the betting lines.
With his trusty driver.
Absolutely. He's
found that one
House of
right
Forge.
Before he left. It's got his name written on it.
He's got the old ninja shaft. Glenn Wilson, the pride of Houston, Texas. The wealthiest man in the history of long drive.
Seb Twiddell out the gate. Putting one in the grid.
Yep. And so what we're looking for Seb Twiddell is just staying in the pocket of 215 to 220. He's a guy that when he steps on the gas, you'll see some big numbers from him. But Seb Twiddell getting better as the season has gone on, as expected. No walk with the ball in play. And the guy that I'm really looking at is Zach Holton.
Without a doubt, that one looks like it's going to be in.
I would say he's consistently the fastest guy in the 218, 220 range that's like ultra accurate.
Yes.
So, Zach Holton is a guy that's you're going to see late in these tournaments. Always gives himself an opportunity to win. And one of the best lawn drivers on the planet in slot number 1. Zach Holton at 363. Nowak at 350. Seb Twiddell at 347. Glenn Wilson working on a number here.
I mean, I would put money on it every time that he finished in the top 4.
Yeah, Zach Holton's a good pick.
He's one of our winners this year.
Seb popped that one up. Don't know if that one's gonna go out too far. Right now, there's a lot of moisture, a lot of humidity. It's early. Not expecting balls to go too long, but that shows you Martin Borgmeyer currently right now has the longest drive by 21 yards.
Man, I'm a huge fan of Zach Holton.
Yep.
He's in at 363.
Looks like Glenn's got a ball in play here. Points are critical.
They are.
25 points, 50 points. Just put numbers on the board. Especially if you're a guy that's not going to be the fastest on that tee box. If you're, 205 to 210, putting balls in play is a premium because, like someone like Wes Campo, you can slip in, just putting balls in play. But like I said, at the same time, Wes earned it. He won that last set. He had to win to give himself a chance and ended up winning the last set. And here he is. Oh, Glenn Wilson, good ball from him. 208. If this one stays in play, this is a bomb from Glenn. I really like the profile of this shot. Center punch, 208, Glenn Wilson. Can he steal it on that last ball? Can the Whopper do it? But Zach Holton improves to 376.
It's hot on the right. We're waiting for a number.
I think Glenn's 6 ball is going to be farther than 356. We'll see. Did he keep it in the air?
368. There it is.
Glenn Wilson Jr. hit a flat cut. Good ball flight on this grid. Just comes down to pure speed. Zach Colton wins that set at 376. We'll be back right after this. We're live in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Come see and settle down in beautiful Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, where you can live, work, and play in a land of music, mountains, lakes, and friendly people. Work with us at Ballad Health, building a legacy of superior care in the Appalachian Highlands. Eastman is driving change to show the world what's possible with recycling. Don't toss your plastic in the trash. Put it in the recycling bin. We'll work our advanced recycling magic and turn waste into materials with new life. Visit eastman.com/WLD to learn more.
You don't have to love nature to visit Tennessee. You also don't have to love whiskey. You don't even have to love music. Well, maybe just that last one. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
And we are back. Zach Colton taking that one down right now on the grid.
I think he deserves the nickname that you gave him, Hulk Colton.
Hulk Colton.
Love it.
He's strong. He's way more composed than the Hulk, though.
Look at Wes Campo. He's pumped up. Going 200 on the first ball. I like it. Koch, the cardiac kid, just putting way too much pressure on himself. He went psycho mode on ball 5 to get in yesterday. Koch in slot number 1.
Sam has got the squad out here, all representing in red, white, and blue. He's looking good. I asked, I want to figure out how to get one of the shirts. I want to support.
It's very patriotic. I like it. Sam Judah in slot number 2. Sam was nice and composed and relaxed as always on the range, telling jokes. He's a funny guy, and he's talented.
What's the funniest thing you've ever heard him say? That
Everything.
You can say on the broadcast.
Everything.
It's
just like when you have a conversation with him, it's like
you got to
there's
smile.
zero substance, and we just start making things up that make no sense, and that's why it's fun to talk to him. Sam Judah, 362, number on the board.
Had an opportunity to have him in the booth.
Koch, Obi left. Still working on a number here. Wes Campo's in at 301. Sam Antonaccio, 342. Koch has been out of sync here this week, but he's hit balls in play when needed. And he went from being out until that 5th ball and then finished 4th yesterday. This one's trying to hold on down that right side. This one looks like it's going to stay in play for Josh Koch.
It's going to be a good ball if it stays in.
210. I mean, that's his prototypical ball flight.
There we go.
Over under 3.5 times we can say that
we were
today.
under yesterday.
We were.
If you don't count Chelsea's.
Yeah. 351 from Koch improves him to 2nd place.
On the board.
Sam Antonaccio yesterday did put up some good ball speed numbers. He hit 221, 222 a couple times.
Hopefully we can get a shot of his family in the crowd. You can see them all in white.
Looks like Sam Judah is going to take down the set at 362.
Reppin' fan shirts. I wonder how many different fan shirts and posters we're going to see tonight.
Waiting for that underline from Sam Antonaccio.
Ooh, we got a tie.
6 ball kind of hugged that right side. Waiting for the underline from Sam currently. If there is a drive that is 6 inches by 2 guys within 6 inches of each other, there will be a tie. So they'll chop up 150 points, which is 2nd and 3rd place. The point breakdown goes first is 200 points, 2nd gets 100, 3rd gets 50, 4th gets 25, OB sets get 0. So right now, we saw it multiple times yesterday where that 351 from Sam Antonaccio might go up to 352 or 350. So they're measuring it right now.
There it is.
There's a tie.
Confirmed at a tie.
So both guys will get 75 points. And after the first round, Martin Borgmeyer, Zach Colton, Sam Judah, and Matt Stubbs get wins.
Matt.
Stubbs is he's getting better. And if we had to say if there was a most improved player to start of the season to now, it's definitely Matt Stubbs.
I mean, but he's put in a lot of work.
Ton of work.
When you talk about someone that is taking advantage of every opportunity, if there is a long drive event, you're going to see Matt Stubbs there, no matter where in the world that event is held.
Very similar to like what Maurice Allen did back in 2015, 16, 17, 18. Maurice is literally traveling the globe and competing.
Taking advantage.
And, gets a world championship in 2018. I mean, that experience on the box, you have to, got to hit. You got to hit under pressure. And it just shows you yesterday, what I like to see from Maurice Allen was the fact that he was putting up ball speeds of 210, 211. And now, he figures it out, gets into crunch time. Like, he thrives under pressure, and a guy that, people want to see on the Golf Channel as well, because you give him a microphone, you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth, but you know it's going to be entertaining.
He brings entertainment, fun. He brings it all out here on the stage right now.
Wes Campo.
Jacob Galladay. Seb Twiddell. And Sean Johnson. We've got two of the tallest people in long drive on the tee right now.
Yep.
Can either of them dunk is the question.
I think they could probably dunk on an 8 or 9 foot rim. 10 might be close. I'm just kidding. Those guys can dunk for sure.
Just a hop. They only have a hop.
Yeah. I think Sean Johnson can probably dunk from the 3-point line. He's athletic. He's a baseball player.
Yeah. Do a little Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Have his own silhouette with his hair like flowing out with the visor.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think we just created Sean Johnson's logo. All right, Jacob Galladay. We always know he's going to bring the best fits.
Jesus in slot number 4. I really liked Jacob's ball speed yesterday. He was consistently over 210. He said, during practice last week, he ran it up to 216, which that's fast, and he's a ball striker too. So, look for Galladay if he can put some balls in play to give himself that opportunity to be on television as well.
Without a doubt. And that's all we keep saying. Look at Wes. Put balls in play. Get points.
212 from Galladay in slot.
Make money.
Number 4, Seb on the board at 365. Don't have a number from Sean Johnson as of yet.
I like this one from Wes Campo.
I'm looking at Seb Twiddell. He just looks very composed. He is, it's the pre-shot routine. He looks laser focused.
I mean, Seb started this year, and you could see how he was feeling from his body language. Now he is completely composed. You can barely read him.
I mean, he's played
golf. He has learned a lot
his entire life, and he's a golfer too, and I think that helps as well. When you get out here, guys that aren't necessarily golfers, it's hard for them to make adjustments on the fly. Wes Campo with a ball in play, 198. But Galladay just hitting a nice profile shot,
consistent.
Just curious to know if that one's high enough. The high balls are the way to go, especially center punched.
For sure. And kind of speaking to the dew on the ground, this morning, low balls can have an effect and can run out there.
That was a good ball from Galladay. He threw that right down that right side, and he's in the lead at 371. Galladay with a second-place finish in his first set.
How do you like the back of his shirt? A little MLB homage.
Yeah, he's yapping. I like it. Jesus is locked in.
Talk that talk. Look at him walk into that shot right there.
I love it.
That's been the best part about this event. If you've seen personalities come out, and it's been so much fun.
So right now, Seb is it looks like he's just hitting a little too high right now and not center punching these golf balls. He's just off by a little bit, but he can make that adjustment. This one looks like it's going to go OB. Jacob Galladay's fired up. But, hey, Sean Johnson with a rocket on that last ball, 217.5. Good spin, good height. Can Sean Johnson on this last ball take the lead? 372 he does. Sean Johnson with 200 points.
Our visor man. Jacob Galladay is.
Yeah, that last ball was ripped. And we were looking for golf balls falling left to right. We feel like that's the profile shot. But, Johnson's ball was dead straight. Galladay hit a great ball as well. But really, at the end of the day, it came down to ball speed. Galladay's ball was 212, which was, perfect. But Sean Johnson on that last ball was 217. and just gets him on Galladay on that last ball. Sean Johnson with 300 points.
You know, this is the photo right here. It's a photo of Jacob Galladay.
Oh, yeah.
Without a beard. I would love to see that on the broadcast.
Yeah, he looks like a stud there.
Absolute stud. Disney Channel star.
And Galladay he was a catcher in college. A lot of baseball players.
A lot of it. I mean, he's baseball, and he's such a great golfer.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Gregnall, looking to see him put one in the grid right here, because we know if he puts one in the grid, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be one of the longest balls of the day.
I can guarantee you this is the most where someone's gone OB and then won a set after that, or vice versa. We saw so many 0 and 200s this week.
It's a tough grid. I mean, it looks like it's straight away. There is a little bit of an angle that you have to play at. And like you said, it's a golf hole. So there are areas that are going to fly and stay. There are areas that have kick out. You can roll it up into a hill, and you can roll it down the hill. This is, if you're watching at home, it's like any other course you play.
Sam Antonaccio hit it just a low to mid bullet, dead straight, 381.
He's been looking so good.
He's
Zach
fast.
Holton.
Curious to know why, like he said, he switched drivers right after that first one. That might be his gamer, and he knows it like, hey, I don't know if I can hit it much better than this. I'm going to go to a different setup. But 381 to start off this set, Sam Antonaccio in slot number 4. Gregnall 0 for his first 8.
Sam giving those adrenaline jumps before.
Locking in on Zach Holton.
Thought Zach Holton's last ball might be, and he's struggling to see the ball.
Didn't see
Probably
that one.
more
This
so
one's
than
in play, though.
anything. He has a yellow ball, and sometimes those are really hard to see.
This should be a good shot here from Holton. I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the mid-70s. If that one is in play, which I believe it is. But Sam Antonaccio yesterday, 220, 222 was his top in ball speed. I mean, he's consistently at 150 club speed as well. So a center punch shot at those numbers is 225.
Matthew
Kindu is at 348. Gregnall still working on a number. This is a nice shot from Gregnall. Big ball here at 220.9. A nice draw right down the middle of the grid.
Sheesh.
This is a big number. Big,
Sheesh.
365.
Okay. Like we were saying, it can stop right on a hill.
Yep. And Antonaccio's was straight, and it was lower.
And we don't have huge shout out to Flight Scope. We don't have all the numbers that we usually have, and sometimes it
kind of tells more of a story of
right.
like how much movement did we have
landing
the golf
angles
ball.
make a big difference out here.
Yeah, carry distance, left to right, and then height on the golf ball. Because I know that Sam Antonaccio, based off of what I saw on his 381 ball, looked like it was mid to low. Gregnall's starting to find the center of the club face. Look at these numbers, 224, 224. So Gregnall's starting to pick up some speed, but he's at 50 points after 2 sets if nothing changes. Zach Holton improves a little to 370, but Sam Antonaccio is going to take down the set.
What a big drive. I'll tell you this. It is not an OB-OB set for Gregnall. And we've seen him come back after OB-OB. I have no doubt in my mind that he can make it through.
Well, he started finding the club face. 224, 224, those last couple golf balls. And that last ball he hit, Gregnall's, was down that left side and pretty straight. Naoto Masumi, Josh Koch, Gavin Yokas, and Jeremy Nowak are on the tee box now. So after, it's early on in set number 2, but Holton and Zach Johnson. I've been watching too many Instagram posts of who's going to be on the Ryder Cup.
What are your thoughts?
It's crazy. Who knows? I mean, a lot of politics, it seems, in that one, who they're going to pick. But, yeah, Sean Johnson at 300 points. Yeah, I feel like every single post I see on Instagram right now that has anything to do with golf that's not in Lawn Drive is who Zach Johnson's going to take in the Ryder Cup. About Victor Hovland going.
What an absolute stud. Back-to-back wins.
Yeah.
They said, I think,
$21 million in 8 days.
yeah, career earnings, I think was that 21 or 27?
21 million the last 8 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
I think total career earnings before then was 27,
That's only 27 million, you know.
and he's still not buying guac at Chipotle.
Koch has got a ball in play. Nowak looks like that ball down that left side didn't stay in, but looks like Koch will have a number on the board to start this off. He needs to hit balls in play.
That's
Koch,
great for his confidence.
Yep.
Allow him to get
OB.
in a rhythm, because when Josh Koch is in a rhythm, it's deadly.
Look at this ball falling right from Jeremy Nowak. That's the profile that seems to be working. It's a miss hit for him at 203, but it's a number on the board. Naoto Masumi with 2 wins this year. He ended up winning out in Canada, a non-World Long Drive sanctioned event, but it was a star-studded field, and he ended up winning in Japan. Good ball here
I like
from
that
Naoto.
ball.
Good ball here. About 214 down that right side. Koch at 57, Nowak at 53. I think Naoto Masumi's third ball is going to be in play, and it's going to be better than 357. 374 from Naoto Masumi.
That's a big ball.
Gavin Yokas. This ball will be in play.
One thing I like about Naoto Masumi is that, there we go, got the point down the grid. That's a
215.
good ball right there. He's
High.
not a tall guy, and he's not, like a big guy, but he is strong. He's fast.
His hands are so fast.
That tells you anybody
Let's see if this one went farther.
can be in long drive.
371. So, yeah, like for us sitting in the booth, we have a bunch of data in front of us. But, for me, like, it's, what's working right now? What is the height on that golf ball? And actually the engineers are right next to us, and they said they'll give us some CSV files just to kind of look at some shots of, like, what, height is working. But Sam Antanasio just hit a ball that was significantly lower than Naoto Masumi, and the only difference minus the height was the fact that ball that Sam hit was dead straight. I mean, there wasn't any movement on that ball.
And right there
Naoto's
on the-
dialed in, 217, high draw, 2,600 spin, takes a bow to the grid.
We love to see it. I mean, he was really climbing up the ladder there with speed. We're going to wait for these numbers to come back and be underlined.
That last ball from Naoto Masumi, I would love to see that. That could have been 380 right there. Because, just based off of what height, and there you go, 377. He improves by a couple more yards. Naoto Masumi looking good here in round number 2.
Eastman is driving change to show the world what's possible with recycling. Don't trash those plastic bottles. Put them in a recycling bin. Keep the course green both on and off the fairway and make every shot count. Learn more about Eastman Advanced Recycling at eastman.com/WLD. The decision to hire a lawyer is not one to be taken lightly and is one that people often have to make during very tough times. Make the choice that hundreds of satisfied clients have already made and chose Josh Hopner, an attorney who will fight for you from the beginning of your case until the very end. Josh's practice serves the greater Tri-Cities area, including Kingsport. Contact him today to schedule your free consultation.
And we are back.
Josh Hopner, the attorney. Your go-to attorney in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Kingsport, Tennessee.
I only took one try on that, and I'm glad I didn't mess up his name.
You did great. Absolutely great. We're about to finish up set number 2 of our first round robin group.
Stubbs with a big win to start off. Builds a ton of confidence. There's nothing like getting off to a 200-point start. Glenn Wilson went 208, 209 on his last ball. He ended up taking second place. You got Borgmeyer. Just look at Martin's swing right now. He just looks so relaxed.
He's looking really good, our world number 1, current world number 1.
Sam Judah with
I like
a little
that one by Sam Judah.
little thin, but you know what? That's similar profile to Sam Antanasio that got a ton of rollout. And you know what? If you're going to start it down that side,
351.
down that left side, he just needs to get the ball up in the air a little bit more.
I think a lower ball flight might work this morning.
Yep. The most important ball is that one in the center of the club face,
Always.
Stubbs with a decent ball down that left side. I do like this shot here from him, 357.
Martin looking back to see if that one's in the grid. And Martin, it is in the grid
220.
at 220. That's going to be a big ball.
Similar profile shots to Naoto Masumi, and that's 3 miles per hour faster. That Naoto's went 377 just in that last set. It did look, just based off the profile shot, that was probably a 30 to 40 yard right to left. 372. So, we'll just talk about Martin needs to tighten that right to left there. But he started off today at a 384. So Martin is dialed in right now.
Numbers on the board for everyone. He's going, looks like he's switching his, nope, just drying off his hands.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. A lot of guys struggling. I mean, yeah, to get a
humid.
grip, it's really humid out here. And, gripping the club is kind of important, especially swinging at these types of speeds.
It's one of those things.
Look at Glenn. Glenn hit a good ball here.
He likes it.
He likes it.
Giving us the hands.
This one's high, and it's a little right to left. I like this ball from Glenn Wilson. I think that this will improve.
It's definitely one of those days where when you're outside, it's really, really hot. But when you go in, you're freezing cold because it's so humid. You're sweating.
A slider here left to right from Sam Judah at 213.9. I like this shot here. Let's see if this one stayed in play. He's looking back to see if that one stayed in play. That was a good ball there. Did it stay in the air long enough? That is the question.
Martin rushing. A few more seconds on the grid here. 3, 2, 1. He gets it off, and that's a good one. If that slows down in movement, that's going to be in the grid. He swords it in his pocket right there.
Yeah, Sam Judah's last ball, I don't think he hit that one very good. He's pushing it to go down. I doubt it. I don't like that one.
Look at Sam Judah there.
Borgmeyer is at 372. It looks like he's going to take down. That's at 376. He's pushing it. Look
They're
at
both
these guys.
pushing it.
Two of the funniest guys you'll meet.
They keep pushing it. They might push somebody off the stage there, but Martin Borgmeyer taking it down at 376.
Marty Borgie, 240 with 400 points after 2 sets.
2 hit bomb team guys, teammates.
It just shows how important those 200 points were for Matt Stubbs. 200 now, he's at 225, takes the 4th place, but
by a yard.
He's off to a good start, and looks like he's get some balls in play here. You'll see him in the top 16. Sam Judah takes 2nd. Glenn Wilson takes 3rd. Sam Judah will have 300 points. So after 2 sets, Borgmeyer with 2 wins, the only one with 2 wins. Zach Holton, Sean Johnson, and Sam Judah are your top 4. Sam Antanasio, Naoto Masudi, Matt Stubbs, and Jacob Galladay round out your top 8 after 2 sets.
So if you're just joining us, we are having a round robin right now to determine who's going to be our final 16, going from 32 to 16. What this looks like is all based on points. That's why we're saying it's so important to make sure you get a ball in the grid. First place, 200. Second place, 100. Third, 50. And fourth, 25. If you have an OB set, it's 0. Going down to see who our top 8 will be after this.
And this is what I like seeing right now. There's only been 2 OB sets after the first 2 rounds. We saw yesterday at 8 in the morning and even 9:30, 4, 5, 6 guys going OB just in the first set, So a lot less OBs right now, which is nice to see. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that even though the sun is rising in the east, there is huge cloud cover. So these guys can track those golf balls and make adjustments. Because when you can't see that golf ball, the first thing you'll do, these hitters are doing are looking back at the spotters, like where did it go? And just to have some idea of where they're landing.
Without a doubt, Sam Judah going back-to-back. But Zach Holton, I was going to say he has the only one on the board, but Sam Judah just putting one in at 362.
Galladay holding the finish here. A lot of right-to-left movement. This one probably is going to stay in play.
And it is something
He's
on the
holding
board.
that finish nice and long. 208 ball from Galladay.
Got 2 Alabama boys
Roll
on the
that.
screen.
Galladay at 355. If you can just straighten that one out.
Zach Holton and Sam Judah.
Looking at Jacob right now. Jesus of golf.
He's got a great Instagram. Swing is pure.
210 ball from Galladay.
And if you have a scramble team, you want Jacob Galladay. He's going to hit bombs, but also good hands around the greens.
Zach Holton, 213.9. Good ball. Not much movement on it. It's high. It's long. I would say this ball is going to take the lead from Zach Holton.
His parents are here in the stands cheering him on.
371 Holton on ball number 4. Nice profile shot. That was just a little draw, like a baby draw.
Zach recently engaged.
Yes.
Congratulations. I wonder if he proposed with his trophy.
Probably.
Probably.
Put the ring in the trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Sat it right on top of the golf ball, on the
So
Bridgestone ball.
romantic. Absolutely. Overlooking the Appalachian Mountains.
There you have it.
Appalachian.
Jacob Holliday staring down that last ball.
Looks like Zach Hulk Holton is going to take down the set. Galladay improves, which helps him. Oh, it went 65 to 55.
Sam Judah going to take second place at 364.
Zach Holton's going to make it to the round of 16. He'll have 500 points.
We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Kingsport, Tennessee, a magical place where history and charm meets breathtaking beauty. Nestled in the heart of Northeast Tennessee, Kingsport offers a getaway like no other. Whether you're seeking adventure, relaxation, or a taste of Southern hospitality, Kingsport has something for everyone. Load up the family and make the short drive to Kingsport for an affordable and unforgettable vacation. Head to visit kingsport.com to plan your trip today.
Who are we? We are Ballad Proud, inspiring transformation in the Appalachian Highlands, joining together for a common goal, working to improve lives. We take pride in our work, pride in our mission, pride in our communities. We are Ballad Proud.
Stubbs, Kendu, Koch, Twaddell. 2 Aussies, 2 Americans on the tee box right now. You know what? Matt Kendu's not from he's Canadian.
Canadian,
He is.
yes. He is.
You know why we know he's from Canada? Because of the guy right here. This
he's-
guy right here. Elon Tuckman. The
Without a
legend, the
doubt.
boss, the
I would say
14-year-old boss.
There, he gets younger and younger. That and he looks so young. That means he can only drink one thing.
Water.
And Tim
He,
Hortons.
absolutely. He looks very hydrated. Elon looks hydrated this morning.
And the
very.
guys are off. He does.
Let's take a peek. Let's brag about Mr. Kendu, who wrote me last night and very kindly said it's Kendu, not Kendo. I wonder if he does Taekwondo or Taekwondo.
No.
Well, that's the question we need to ask. He looks like he can karate chop someone.
And Louisiana would be a little bit different.
Absolutely.
All right. Matt Stubbs.
Seb Twaddell
A lot of movement
with
there.
a number on the board.
If that stays in, he'll have one on the board.
It just looks like Seb's missing just a tad on that one. He didn't miss that one. 216, good profile shot in slot number 4. I do like slot number 4 for Seb Twaddell. I feel strongly that will take the lead. Koch is currently in the lead at 357. Seb Twaddell takes the lead at 366. Stubbs has a number on the board.
One thing I'd like to see Seb do is just flight the ball down just a tad bit. I'd like to see him have a different landing angle.
Josh Koch is going to take the lead. What do you think? Yes? Is he
Yes.
taking the lead there on that
Yes.
ball? 214, no movement, falls left to right. That's the ball that we like seeing yesterday. Koch, no, 361.
It's a close one there.
Might have been too high. What do you mean too high? It's too high. Huge ball from Seb Twaddell. 219, 368.
See, I really think these balls would be a lot further if he kind of flighted it just a bit.
We're looking at flags right now. We're finally getting the dew off
Settling.
off, the windows that we have in front of us. And the flags kind of look slightly tilted in.
We can't see that well.
Yeah.
But there might be a little wind out there.
I mean, Seb Twaddell currently in the lead. That would put him at 300 points. Did Koch's last ball stay and play down that right side? Drum roll. I like this music in the background. It's good.
It did not. Seb Twaddell taking the set.
Seb Twaddell will be at 300 points after 3 sets. Big win for him. Koch takes second. Matthew Kendu takes third. Matt Stubbs, 346, will take fourth. All right. Who you got winning in the ladies division?
It's tough. I think we saw Mai and Phyllis have some similar profile balls, and I think their flight and ball shape is perfect for this grid. So Maya is unfortunately not in the finals, so I'll have to take Phyllis on this one.
Can't ever go wrong with that pick, but you know what? Monica Living looked so good.
So
and that
good.
5th set, she was in such a good rhythm. Her
Yeah,
free shot routine just kind of walked in the golf ball, pulled the trigger and went. And I like the fact that she was hitting it dead straight. So, you know, we're going to see some
She's won as well.
superstars.
Sandra Carborg is back at it, back under the lights, and I'm excited to see her. But Devin Casaza, she put up a lot of high ball speeds, a lot of good numbers, and she is fighting her way back to reclaim that -- 1 position.
Yep.
It's going to be fun to watch the ladies tonight. Right now on the board are #1 for the Open Division, Martin Borgmeyer, in slot number 3.
Did Sandra almost make you cry yesterday?
She did. She did.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
It's just so cool to see her. This is going to be her first time back on TV, and she's a mom of 2 now. The last time she was carrying her first one in her belly at Worlds.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
this is
2019.
special.
There we go, Greg Knoll with a rocket, 222.9. His last couple balls were ripped. All right, well, let's look at the profile shots. Greg Knoll hit it dead straight. Borgmeyer, 3 miles per hour slower, but had a nice profile draw there. Greg Knoll at 380. He went 400 yesterday. Him and only Kyle Berkshire went 400. And Borgmeyer down by 1. And then it just comes down to speed. Greg Knoll starting to get locked in. And we saw his last couple shots where he just missed just a tad, but those ball speed numbers jumped. Borgmeyer.
217.5. Borgmeyer, a little bit faster club speed. We're going to see what these numbers come out to be.
Those are 2 good shots. Greg Knoll, 381. Borgmeyer looking back at the board.
Climbing that speed, 225.
I like the fact that Borgmeyer's dispersion was a little tighter on that second ball. That one fell OB right. But a bunch of speed on the tee box right now.
I know that third ball of Martin's is pretty far.
Big set here for Martin Borgmeyer. If he takes win, he'd have 600. I mean, guaranteeing him to get in. Huge set here for Greg Knoll. Greg Knoll's at 50 points. A win would put him at 250 with 2 more sets to go.
But like we said earlier, we saw Maurice Allen with 75 points. Goes win-win.
Yep.
And he is here today.
If there's anybody that can come back, it's Ryan Greg Knoll for sure. He's so fast, and he really truly is very straight with that golf ball when he's on. So sometimes, like in the beginning, it just feels like he's crowding that golf ball, and you'll see those little rope hooks there.
Martin with the big one.
This one is straight. This one is perfect.
Falling
222.2.
ever so slightly.
Did Martin Borgmeyer on that last ball steal it? He likes it.
Can you read lips?
I love America. I think
Is
that's
that what he said?
I have no idea.
Martin Borgmeyer with the bullet straight down the middle.
92 Borgmeyer. Marty
that's a big
Borgie 240 making a statement here on day 2.
Introducing the new Bridgestone E9 Long Drive, co-designed by world long drive athletes to push the limits of distance. Thanks to extreme ball speed and superior aerodynamic flight. Engineered for you to hit your longest drive. Drive the new E9 Long Drive, extreme distance for your game.
Come see and settle down in beautiful Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, where you can live, work, and play in a land of music, mountains, lakes, and friendly people. Work with us at Ballad Health, building a legacy of superior care in the Appalachian Highlands.
Mr. Borgmeyer, world number 1. 3 straight wins, longest drives of the day, 392 on ball number 4 in his third set. So you will see him in the round of 16. It will not be a round robin format in the round of 16. There will be a heads up match heads-up matches. We'll have 8 heads-up matches, and then the 8 winners will be on the Golf Channel at 9 p.m. tonight. The ladies will be at 8 p.m. The field is set for the ladies, featuring 8 world championships between 2 ladies under the World Long Drive umbrella. Sandra Karlberg, Phyllis Meddy. Phyllis was the fastest yesterday. She topped out at 182 ball speed. Sandra was in and around 175, 176. And Monica Living, world number 1, she got up to 180, 181. And I was really impressed with Monica Living's ball flight. She looked very composed, kind of had a weird break in between sets. She was the first to go off to start the tournament since she is world number 1. And the next group came up, and their first ball, there was a huge lightning strike.
Huge.
And we had about a 45-minute break, so Monica Living didn't hit for well over an hour, but it didn't stop her. And she's going to be ranked number 1 going into the heads-up matches. Once again, live on the Golf Channel, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Golf Channel. But right now, tuning in.
Glenn Wilson
Mr.
Jr.
Glenn
is just
Wilson.
hitting some good balls right now. He really is. 208 ball speed. He used to be the fastest man on the planet, Glenn Wilson, back in 2016 and 17. His nickname back then was the Whopper. Now it's King Glenn. King. Yeah.
Keeping it in the same fast food party right
Sean
there.
Johnson, 372. Johnson is at 300, so a win would put him at 500 in the driver's seat to make it to the round of 16.
Looking for Naoto Masumi to put one in play. If that slows down a little bit.
Obi left from Naoto Masumi, putting some pressure on himself right now. He had a really good last set.
Really strong set. Sean Johnson with a bullet straight down the middle.
Perfect ball.
No movement there.
All right, is it plus or minus 372? Is he going to improve?
Minus.
I don't know, it's pretty straight.
Oh, plus.
377, Sean Johnson climbing up the charts here. A win would put him at 500.
Oh, if that one hangs on.
Sam Antonaccio on his last ball. Obi right. Sam, plenty of speed, 220.9.
Plenty of speed.
Sean Johnson looks like he's going to take down the set at 377.
And that is it for set number 3. As we move into set number 4, right now, Martin Borgmeyer and Zach Holton punching their tickets to tonight's show. Due to the weather that we had yesterday and possible weather today, we've moved everything up. So we were supposed to start today at 9 a.m. We started at 8 a.m. and Group 2 will start at 9:30. Moves everything up just a tad bit. Want to make sure that you viewers at home get to see all the action. Right now, on the tee, Glenn Wilson Jr., Jacob Galladay, Ryan Gregnall, and Josh Koch. Ryan Gregnall, Josh Koch, teamhitbombs.com. Teammates going up against each other. This is a really big set, honestly, for all of them. Jacob Galladay sits at number 8 right now with 250 points. A win puts him in. A win puts Josh Koch in as they're tied at 250 points. And like we've said, we've seen Ryan Gregnall go back-to-back wins. This is not an unfamiliar place for him. Boom! Out the gate! That is a beautiful shot right down the middle. just a little movement. That's going to be a big ball. It might be a little bit too high to get some rollout, but regardless, that carry is going to be bigger than some of the balls we've seen with rollout. Jacob Galladay piping them down the middle as always. I'm expecting to see him to build on speed now that he's hit one into the grid. We saw him hit a couple and then switch clubs earlier. I wonder if he's going to go to that tactic to make sure that he gets a little bit more distance. But Ryan Gregnall out the gate at 386. That's a big ball, Bobby.
Yeah, he hit a couple good balls last set, but Borgmeyer just went nuts with a 392 rocket.
Yeah, there right at the end. Josh Koch looking to put one on the grid. That one might hang on as it's flirting with the left side.
So a win from Gregnall would put him at 350, and he's going to have to step up here.
Yeah, it's a big one for Gregnall. A win for Josh Koch or Jacob Galladay puts them in. Glenn Wilson Jr. with one down the middle.
Yeah, they would put him close. I mean, it would definitely give him, some wiggle room in that last set. If Koch and Galladay win, they would have, 450 points. Right now, Koch doesn't have a number on the board. Galladay, good ball here at 210. Nice draw. I really like the profile of this shot from Galladay. That's going to improve. His longest drive so far is 371. I'm going to say that one's going to go farther. 357. I said for us, like I said, we can't see the carry distance,
Can't see the carry distance.
And yeah, but the movement
height.
looked good, yeah, and the height. Like I said, for us, like sitting in the booth, one thing that FlightScope has done is absolutely nailed the carry distance, which helps us out immensely here in the booth. Just to kind of have a guesstimate of where these things are going to go. Is there rollout? Where is it carrying? It's getting 10, 15, 20 yards of rollout. It's getting no rollout.
Yeah.
Galladay's last ball, I'm going to say Galladay's last ball was definitely better than 357. He hammered that one.
I'd have to agree, but I did hear the ball caller say on the left side, there's little movement.
Yep.
So you definitely want to get it center to right of the grid to have some rollout.
This is going to be, big here for Galladay. If he can, he'll either have 350. So either Koch will have 350 or Galladay will have 350 points.
Here we go.
362.
By
1
a yard.
Short. Josh Koch will have 350 going into the last set. Galladay will have 300. Huge win for Gregnall. Gregnall will be at 350.
And we're going to have potentially a lot of players sitting around the same numbers right now. 250 is the number.
Borgmeyer's in. Sean Johnson's in. Zach Holton's in. They're at 500 right now with 2 sets to go. Martin Borgmeyer, this is the best I've seen Martin in the round-robin formats all year. No doubt.
We know that he's lightning and electric when it comes to match play. It's going to be a lot of fun watching him there.
I mean, he wants the spotlight on him too. Like he thrives under pressure, and he's going to be fun to watch on national television tonight.
Yeah.
But he has that one heads-up match. Anything can happen in these heads-up matches, and so
we've seen it all year.
Yeah.
We've seen some big. I mean, I think one of the best heads-up matches we've got to talk about Cinderella story. Bud Widener, who went up against some of the top 10 people in Port Rowan, Canada, and made it all the way through. Made it, what was that, to top 8?
Top 4. You have to put balls in play, and regardless if you hit it 270 yards, if your opponent goes OB, you're going to win. So putting balls in play in heads-up matches is premium, especially early on. And the fastest guys, like when you see like someone like a Borgmeyer that maybe would go up against a Bud Widener, and Martin goes 224 right down the middle. I mean, it's pretty much ball game over, unless there's possibilities to hit 8, 9 sprinkler heads, but more than likely that's not going to happen.
We've seen a sprinkler head move a time or two.
Yeah, and to put absolutely zero pressure on himself, Zach Holton just needed to hit one ball and play. We haven't seen 525 ever not get in. So worst case scenario, Zach Holton, if he took 4th place, would have 525 points.
And he's got a ball in.
We can say confidently that Zach Holton will be in the round of 16. Wes Campos at 75 points. Same position Maurice Allen was in yesterday. After 3 sets, and Maurice got in with 475, got 2 straight wins. Stubbs at 325.
Naoto Masumi and Matt Stubbs sitting at 250. Big set for the two of them.
Yep. So Stubbs got off to a great start with a win and ended up taking 2 fourth-place finishes in set number 2 and number 3. Miss hit from Stubbs. This one's going to be in play, though. Naoto Masumi's got a ball in at 208. Looks like that was kind of a different profile. It was the high draw cut.
Yeah. Is that wiggle, wiggle, wiggle?
He might have hit it. Yeah, very true. That was like a knuckler.
Little Jason Derulo.
Yeah. So
Matt
if nothing
Stubbs.
changes right now, Naoto Masumi would have 350 points, same as Greg Knoll and Koch. Ooh.
He liked that one.
Yeah, it's a miss hit for
It's
him, but
not
I
gonna
love the
stay
bow.
in there,
I
but-
love the bow. Love it. All right, Matt Stubbs needs to try to find the center of the club face right now.
Last ball here. Hearts pumping, racing.
Nope.
Just missed it.
Stubbs still has a chance, though. You know, he's going to have 275 points. A win would put him at 475. But Zach Holton takes down the set. He will have 700 points. No surprise, Zach Holton, I would say he probably has accumulated the most points of anybody throughout the entire year. That would be a great stat to have. It's like,
Yeah.
who has the most points accumulated in these round-robin formats? I would say that Holton is right there. You know,
I'd agree
Justin
with you.
James,
Yeah.
Zach Holton.
Maybe we can get those numbers, but we will be back right after this.
Come to Kingsport, Tennessee, a place to retreat, play, relax. Located in the scenic foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, our hotel offers spacious rooms, many with balconies and offer mountain views. Dine at our restaurants, sip cocktails on the patio with friends, or tee off on our 18-hole cattails at Meadowview Golf Club. See if you can conquer the cat trap. Treat yourself to a remarkable stay at Meadowview Conference Resort and Convention Center.
You don't have to love nature to visit Tennessee. You also don't have to love whiskey. You don't even have to love music. Well, maybe just that last one. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
And we're back. Huge shout out to Meadowview for hosting us here at Cattails. This is the golf course that's connected to the Marriott Hotel.
It's so nice.
And
Oh, yeah.
if you ever want to experience what it's like to hit on this grid, come out and play here. Obviously, you're going to be teeing it back a little bit further because we're moved up a hair, but we're pretty sure it's a par 5.
It pretty much eliminates the water.
It does.
Yeah. But we have seen some balls go in the water
We have.
at about 35, 40 yards. Sean Johnson just needs to put a ball in play. It looks like that first ball was in play, and it was long. 376 yards. Sam Judah right now, a guy that concerned at the beginning of the year of keeping balls in play, but he's got better and better and better, and he had that one tournament, that Memphis tournament, where he was just off a little bit.
Just a tad bit.
Just a tad. But
Turbo cut.
this one's in play from Sam Judah. He's at 400 right now. A second-place finisher better would put him in. First ball, not sure if that one stayed in play. Second ball is going to be in play, but it was a big turbo cut, as he would call it.
For his turbo dailies.
Jeremy Nowak, 351 or 358. Matt Kindu's at 351. Sam Judah's at 354. He needs to straighten that ball out. This is a better ball from Sam Judah at 212. Jeremy Nowak is at 175. A win would put him at 375. A little bit of a logjam with guys confirmed in right now after 4 sets. Greg Knoll's at 350, Naoto Masumi, and Josh Koch. A win from Nowak would put him at 375, which would jump them. Sam Judah improves slightly to 356. 209 down that left side from Judah. Sean Johnson safely in the lead right now. Judah
Sam
improves.
going with a longer club or a different setup, shall we say. And when we're talking about different setup clubs, a lot of times you can have, here in long drive, a degree that could be 2 degrees.
Yep.
You know, you're thinking about your Maurice Allens and a lot of other players out here. Or you could have a standard like 9, 10 degree. based off of conditions, you kind of choose from there. And Sam Judah went from one club setup to another one. Also might be a change in shaft. It could be a little bit lighter
Yep.
or stiffer. What do you think he went with here?
I mean, right now he's putting a lot of balls in play, which is nice. But the difference between Sam Judah right now and Sean Johnson is that Sean Johnson is hitting a high ball that is straight, and he fought down that right side and stayed in at 379. So Sean Johnson looking good and showing off his athleticism.
He is. We got another high vertical jumper right there.
Big set for Sam Judah and Sean Johnson. They are in more than likely. Sam Judah will have 500 points going into round number 5.
Welcome to the TV round, gentlemen.
So Sean Johnson and Zach Holton, Martin Borgmeyer are in. Sam Judah more than likely will be in at 500. We will be back after the next group hits at 1 o'clock at the heads-up matches. We're going to have 8 heads-up matches. Whoever wins will be on television at 9 p.m. tonight in the open division.
And like we said, we're moving up this next group. We moved up this group to 8.
An hour.
And it'll be at 9:30.
You know, like I felt like I wanted to have that extra hour of sleep. Got the alert late that we were going to go at 8 o'clock. I woke up at 6:30 anyways.
Yeah, because
I even tried to.
You read over the media guide at 6 a.m.
Well, no, I woke up at 4. I read
4,
the media guide
yeah.
for an hour and 30 minutes and took a little bit of a nap after that. So
A nap.
now I know everybody's social security, their credit cards, their favorite color, all the above. Thank you to Elon Tuckman. the
I'd have to
boss.
say Martin Borgmeyer's favorite color has to be somewhere around green. Our German giant.
The Germinator.
The Germinator.
Martin Borgmeyer, I will say it again, this is the best he has looked all year.
He
all
does.
year in these round robin formats.
He does a lot to grow the game. He put on an event in Germany where Josh Koch actually took the win, helping to grow the game there, but also grows it through a lot of his YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the media is out there.
Absolutely. Big set here for Sam Antanasio and Seb Twiddell because a win will put them at 500 points. Got to put balls in play, though. Right now, there is such a logjam at 350 points. So these guys got to put numbers on the board, Seb Twiddell and Sam Antanasio. Gavin Yokas is currently at 25 points. A win would put him at 225. He can go 2 wins. And we've seen guys win with 3 OB sets and 2 wins. Gavin Yokas with a number on the board. Seb Twiddell, 360. Borgmeyer without a number as of yet. And if I'm Martin Borgmeyer, I am trying to knock some of these guys out. I mean, you got, Seb Twiddell who's got to win. These points are critical for these guys. And if Martin can play spoiler and get a win here, it would put some of these hitters, with their backs against the wall in that 5th set. Sam Antanasio, OB left. So right now, he has 3 balls left. Sam Antanasio in slot number 2 needs to put numbers on the board. At least, worst case scenario, if Sam gets one in play, he would have 325 points on the board. This one looks like it's gonna be close.
It's going to be close. It's going to get a lot of roll. Oh, we're dwindling down here. The final balls of set number 4. Set number 5, we know that's where all the drama and action happens. Here we go.
All right, right now Seb Twiddell is on the inside looking out. He would be at 500 points if no one improves. Antanasio's OB right. Yokas is OB left. Borgmeyer really taking his time here to hit ball number 5. OB left.
Just a little pull with the hands right there.
All right. Big ball here for Sam Antanasio. He is OB. He will have 300 points going into round 5.
Woo! Seb Twiddell. Martin Borgmeyer. If that one stays in.
If this one stays in,
Both
he's going
of
to
them.
win this set. Yeah,
Great
211.
drives.
Little high on the face here for Seb Twiddell. Did Borgmeyer's last ball stay in play? If it does, that one's going to take the lead. There's no doubt. OB. Seb Twiddell will have 500 points.
There you have it. We'll be back for set 5 right after this.
vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Come see and settle down in beautiful Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, where you can live, work, and play in a land of music, mountains, lakes, and friendly people. Work with us at Ballad Health, building a legacy of superior care in the Appalachian Highlands.
13 guys have a chance to get in. 5 guys are already in. Zach Holton's in, Sean Johnson, Martin Borgmeyer, Seb Twiddell, Sam Judah. Greg Null, Naoto Masumi, and Josh Koch are tied at 350. A win from any of those guys will get him in. Sam Antanasio or Jacob Galladay win. They will be in at 500 points. So,
And we're looking at the setups here. It's going to be a good setup. That the second group where Sam Antanasio's in, he's up against Jacob Galladay, Jeremy Nowak, and Matt Stubbs. But right now on the tee, let's see, Glenn Wilson has a chance.
Glenn Wilson's at 275. A win would put him at 475. Worst case scenario would put him potentially in a playoff. So right now, Glenn Wilson Jr. is at 275. A win, 475. Matt Kendu is out. Gavin Yokas is out. Wes Campo is out. So the only guy that can get in right now is Glenn Wilson Jr. So we're going to key in on Glenn Wilson. Looks nice and relaxed. Glenn's been in and around 208, 209 ball speed when he center punches one. Slot number 3, the pride of Houston, Texas.
And he's got experience. He
Yep.
knows how to get it done. And we're down to our final 3 balls, halfway there to seeing if Glenn Wilson will punch a ticket.
Glenn Wilson's longest drive of the tournament so far in this round 2 format is 368 yards, so he has plenty of gas in the tank.
Just leaking it
Just
little
a
bit
little
to
bit.
the left. And when we say that, that means either his club face is open or he's just
not getting those hands set at the top. He pressing
little
just a
quick
little
up
bit.
there.
Little quick. Slow it down. Whopper.
King Whopper.
King Whopper. We have Gavin Yokas with the only numbers on the board as of right now. Glenn Wilson Jr. needs to go 362 or more in order to put himself at 475. This one's fighting down that right side. Is this one going to stay in? He's leaning right. This one looks like it's going to go OB. Glenn Wilson Jr. is going to be down to his last ball.
Here we go. Heart is pumping right now.
Looks like his feet are aimed out right, trying to just hit maybe just a little pull. He's taking his time here.
He knows what he's got to do.
Taking his time. There
Pulls
we go.
the trigger.
Nope.
Oh,
OB right. Looks like Glenn is going to be eliminated. It's going to be a log jam here. It's going to get intense. Matt
we definitely
Stubbs.
have a lot of guys with the opportunity.
Now Matt
make it
Stubbs,
through.
he's going to be in the same spot as Glenn Wilson Jr. So Stubbs is going to be up next. He takes a win, he would have 475 points. But guaranteed, if Sam Antanasio or Jacob Galladay get the win, they are in at 500.
And if they get second, there might be a tie.
Yep.
There's always the potential of a playoff.
Yep. Sean Johnson, Zach Holden, I'm looking at those guys, very similar profile shots, hitting it straight. Borgmeyer hitting that high draw that he hits, and the ones that he tightened up right to left put up some humongous numbers. So Borgmeyer has 3 or 4 of the longest drives
Of the tournament.
and especially in this round robin.
Yeah.
He looks great. He did go OB last set, but not as many OB sets today than there were yesterday. Yesterday, a lot of OB sets. Even in the women's division, there were a lot of OB sets.
It was. The women were fighting the rain.
All right, so if any of these guys win, I said Nowak needs to win to give himself a chance. He would have 425 points. A win from Galladay, Sam Antanasio, or Stubbs would more than likely definitely get Galladay and Sam Antanasio in.
This is a big set. You know, we were talking with some of the players of how when they're coaching some other players, like Phyllis Meddy coaching some of the guys out here, you get really nervous in the stands. I know the parents are feeling it. The fans are feeling it. I feel it up here. What about you? Because you know what these guys have to do. You know how good they are.
I'm not nervous yet.
You're not nervous yet?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
I've already got
I'm
the
nervous
nerves.
to catch my flight. I got a 93-mile drive from here.
From Asheville.
Yep, flying that
Jeremy giving us some energy as he bombs one down the middle.
Yep, that's a good start. That's a great number. Galladay 207 fighting down that right side. 355. Going to have to get that ball in the air just a little bit from Galladay. Jacob's longest drive so far of the tournament is 371 this morning.
Sam hit a runner right there at 221 ball speed. It's not high, but as we said, the dew's on the ground and the ball skips, and that one is going to go OB. If you get too far on that left side, it's going to kick OB, but I would have loved to see what that rollout would have been like.
Now Stubbs, after getting that first win, has taken 3/4, but he's got a ball in play now. Don't know if that's a center punch drive for him. Jeremy Nowak, 425. If he wins this set, that would be his points. Galladay would be currently at 400. Ooh, I like this ball from Galladay.
That's a good one.
Did he hit it high enough? Right to left movement. Did it stay in the air long enough? Good spin numbers from Galladay.
We'll see here in a second.
He's looking back. He knows he hit it well.
It's got to beat 369.
357. Just got to get that ball in the air just a little bit more.
His final ball here.
Galladay hit it
got
high.
Got it in the air.
Galladay hammered this ball. It's fighting. It's fighting.
He's
Did that one
staring
stay
it
in
down.
play? Big ball from Galladay. Sam Antanasio, 372 on ball number 5.
Whew.
Oh, 223 from Antanasio.
Another bomb.
Bang.
Back to back.
That'll eliminate Nowak if Nowak's 6-ball didn't stay in play. Galladay hit a big ball on that last one, but Antanasio hit it dead straight. Speed kills. Sam Antanasio, plus 220 there on that ball speed.
That was good. Well hit. Still waiting for Jacob Galladay's final ball here. Is this going to set him
Drum roll.
at 400 points or
362. Sam Antanasio is going to make it into the round of 16. He will have 500 points. All right, so it comes down to 2 guys. Ryan Gregdahl, Naoto Masumi, and Josh Koch. They will not, the only one that won't be facing is Josh Koch, so he's not in this set. So if Gregdahl wins, he'll have 550, or Naoto Masumi will have 550. They got to either take us first or second, whether it's Naoto Masumi or Ryan Gregdahl.
yeah, Seth Twiddell and Sam Judah are already in for the TV rounds. So they might be playing around with some clubs, seeing what they want to hit later today.
Yeah, I mean, Koch is going to have his hands full. These guys, he's got Sean Johnson, Zach Holton, and Martin Borgmeyer. So, huge set here. They have to hit balls in play. Naoto Masumi is in slot 1. Gregdahl is in slot 4. Judah and Twiddell are already in.
2-time winner this year. The Japan Championship.
He likes it. Naoto Masumi, 213.
Endless summer, and that's an endless ball rolling out right there.
I like how it's falling right here in slot number 1. Naoto Masumi is going to have a number on the board to start off. Round number 5, a win or a second place would put him in a good spot here. 370 is a good start. Gregdahl has to put balls in play. And when he's hitting it in the center of the face, 224, 225 ball speed, he hits it straight.
Yeah.
Slot number 4, Gregdahl, going. Pulling the trigger. It looks like that one's going to be OB left.
Yeah, just got a little quick there. I really liked his waggle, though. It really set. I mean, if he can set the hands like he did right there in that wag.
I'd like to see Gregdahl, kind of stood over the ball a little too long yesterday. I'd like to see Gregdahl pull the trigger a little bit quicker. He's getting in a rhythm, and just I'd like to see him go right there. So look at this, the second waggle, third waggle. Really taking his time here.
A waggle count.
Yep. So Greg Null, worst case scenario, needs to more than likely. I mean, he just needs to get numbers on the board, because if Koch goes OB, Greg Null's going to could get in at 375. He has to hit a ball and play. If he doesn't, then Koch has to hit a ball and play. But Naoto Masumi right now is looking good, safely in the lead.
Yeah, that was a big first ball he had.
Greg Null, this one's going to be close. High draw.
It's
This is
coming
a
back.
bomb. 217. Greg Null's got a number on the board.
Bring it back.
Big
Bring it
ball
back.
here. Big ball here.
He's starting to feel that shot. That's what we saw him hit all day yesterday, and it was beautiful.
353. Wow.
Maybe a little bit too high.
He's got a number on the board, though, which will force, Koch has to get one in play. And today, Mr. Koch doesn't have any OB sets, which is good. All right, Ryan Gregnall, slot number 4.
Here we go. Final ball.
Needs to at least go 358. At least go 358. Got to get a ball in play. OB right. All right, so Josh Koch just needs to take third or better, and he'll be in.
Here's the thing. He still has the opportunity. He's going to be sitting, watching this next set. Just wondering what's going to happen. His destiny at this point is out of his hands.
You can see the frustration on Greg
Yeah.
Null's face. And I said go to that OB set to start off. And he hit the ball. He hits the ball well, too.
This might be one of the, best he's hit tournaments.
Yeah, Naoto Masumi, congratulations. He has made it into the round of 16. And the guy that we talked about when we started talking about betting on guys,
Yep.
plus 9,900, he's got 2 wins. He puts up 220 ball speed. He knows how to win. That was a steal.
Without it out.
That was a steal there if you could put some action on Naoto Masumi. So you'll see him in the round of 16.
One at home in Japan.
Yep.
One in Canada.
Yep.
At the Endless Summer event. 6-time Japanese long drive champion. One of the best.
Koch right now, he's going to have his hands full regardless. If these guys hit their ball, Sean Johnson, Zach Holt, Martin Borgmeyer, Koch is going to have to hammer one, because his best drive of the day so far is 363.
And like we say every single time, we've seen Josh in this position, and he answers.
And now this is an opportunity to knock out one of the best hitters on the planet right now. These guys go and play. Borgmeyer, OB right, 217.
Ranked at number 4, has won 2 events. As we talked about, Martin growing the game in Germany. Koch took that win, and he just took one at kind of like an exhibition at Greenbrier.
Sean Johnson looks like he has a ball in play on ball number 2.
Staring it down.
Oh, good ball here from Zach Holton. Look at this.
That's a
Zach
good
actually
one.
tried to play a draw there. I like that. I haven't seen him ever really try to do that. He opened up his feet to try to hit a draw there, try to throw it down that right side. So he's making
playing.
some adjustments. He knows, and every his coach being Bobby Peterson knows that ball, are going to try to fight down that side. No one has a number on the board as of right now. Josh Koch once again putting his back against the wall, needs to put a ball in play.
Ooh,
he has one.
And he's got a ball in play. That's a big ball.
Borgmeyer
That's a big one.
221.9 fighting down the right side.
So we could have a playoff.
It's possible. If
Now that
Koch, say, takes 4th place, he's at 352.
Okay, he's going to step on the gas now that he's got one in there. Let's see if Sean Johnson's ball stays in.
Like this ball from Koch.
Putting
He
another
hammered
one
it.
in play, and he increased the speed by 3.
Borgmeyer,
That's going to flirt outside. Zach Holton might be in, might be out on that one.
Sean Johnson currently takes the lead, but Josh Koch's 4th ball was a bomb. He hit that one really well. He did.
Yep.
373. Good ball from Koch.
He knows what he's got to do, and he's doing it right now.
He looks safe. He looks safe. Once again, with another win in the 5th set, he would go from being out to, tied for 5th.
All right, final balls here. Josh Koch going to pull the trigger first. He is in right now at 373, longest ball. Will he take the win? Oh, Zach Holton with the bullet, as well as Sean Johnson.
Yeah, 2 huge drives from Zach Holton and Sean Johnson on that last ball. Even if they,
But it doesn't matter.
Even if they pass Josh Koch,
Koch
is
is
going to get in.
And there we have it. Our top 8 of the first group round robin set.
Look at Koch. He's a fighter.
We've got Zach Holton, Sean Johnson, Martin Borgmeyer, Sam Judah.
Is he going to
Naoto
cry?
Masumi.
Is he crying? Is he crying? Is he crying? Is he going to cry?
He's
looking
just
at the board.
squinting. Let's go!
Koch
This is
did-
what it's about right here.
He's
Seth
going-
Twiddell, Sam Antanasio, and Ryan Gregnall. That is it for the first group. We will be back here at 9:30.